dots and
shit. I don't even have my headphones on. We're live. Son of a bitch. Hair's all discombobulated. Bam, we're live.
You did get that whole box of CEO stuff at the house, huh?
Oh shit! Why? Just rocking new shit every day?
Yeah, it's cool.
It was so much shit.
I'm in the same shirt it was for this morning.
He said, yeah. What were you?
I was at our venue where we're getting married.
Oh yeah. Were you there all day?
For the most part, like we drove out and we had to go to like a couple different spots and like run some errands and stuff like that out there, like pick a restaurant and go to the welcome. Just a bunch of crap. I mean, a bunch of really fun stuff that I enjoyed doing. Grace yells from the other room. She's like, I can hear you.
I like your Paper Street mug in the back.
Oh yeah. I don't like Yetis. They like do too good of a job at what they do.
Keep it too hot.
Yeah, and I feel like I can never drink it, even with the lid off.
I want to ask you questions about your wedding. I don't want to get you in trouble. I would just be going from place to place being like, oh, fuck, how much is it going to cost me here? Oh, how much is it going to cost me here? Oh, how much is it going to cost me here? I wouldn't be able to get settled.
When you get so stressed, you're like, hey, we can't afford gas on the way home.
Yes. Anytime you can, you throw your car in neutral and skate.
That's right.
Oh, the skateboard?
You got a skateboard?
Hey, Travis, are we selling those? I don't think we could sell those. We'll get a cease and desist, won't we? It looks too much like Santa Cruz. Are we selling those? My kid saw it. It's in the garage. My kid saw, what the fuck's going on with you know when you burn your eyelashes, like they click every time you blink? I didn't burn them, but like they're clicking. I haven't had that feeling since I've been like a little kid playing with fireworks.
Yeah. Turn the gas on the barbecue too much, then when you go to light it with the lighter, just
no, that was one. Okay. I will bring it in the next show. I literally came in here. Did we start the show late today? I literally came in here at 7. I'm kind of a mess. I mean, not in a bad way, in a good way. Oh, dude, I got this fucking crazy idea. You know how Hiller accused? Is the word accused? Someone said he didn't accuse. I don't care what should we call it? He made a video about Tia that said Natty or not. And I was thinking, and I shouldn't say I was thinking, my wife actually asked me, she goes, I wonder if he accuses his girlfriend, Alexis, of cheating on him. Like, how many signs does he need? You know what I mean?
It depends on the views.
Right. Hiller, that's a great idea for a video. Is Alexis cheating on me? And here's a picture of her last night. She's not smiling. Here's a picture of her tonight, and she is smiling. What's the difference?
I could see the thumbnail. It's him you know how they always do that? It's like a facial expression and then something.
Her vagina smells like penis. She's cheating on me.
Deep undercover to figure it out.
I had a friend. I came on the show 1 minute before the show started. I'm like, I have nothing to talk about. I'm canceling the show. I had a friend who, his girlfriend. This was back in the day when you would download porn off of
like LimeWire or one of those like Napster. What are you checking out?
I'm twitching. You ever get like a pec twitch? I'm twitching, but it's in my tricep.
Weird.
Yeah, off of like Napster. It was LimeWire. Did you say LimeWire?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, off of LimeWire. And it sat in your dock, and it was like a lime, and you clicked it, and it would start bouncing, and then you start downloading shit. Yeah. And he would store his porn in his trash on his website, so his girlfriend on his computer, so his girlfriend wouldn't find it. Remember the little trash can? They probably still have it.
Yeah.
I still see it right here. Yeah.
Yep. Just never emptied it. Just would double click.
Yeah. He stored it, and she caught him, and she said that was cheating on her. It was weird.
Okay. I've heard that argument before.
There's another kind of cheating too. It's like emotional cheating. Like if you're friends with a girl.
Mm-hmm.
While you have another girlfriend, it could be seen as
mm-hmm.
I don't really know. It's weird. Life's weird.
That it is.
We're trying to get J-Rod scheduled, huh?
Yes.
I see in the text.
I'm shooting for him to get him on Monday because we had that spot and then another day held open for somebody else. And they went for the 7th, not the 5th. So now we need to get somebody in that slot. Hopefully it's him. Hopefully that works.
That'll be awesome. Those of you guys don't know, J-Rod is Nicky Rodriguez's younger brother. In the qualifier, he went to go to the Abu Dhabi Combat Club Championships in Vegas this year. He at the qualifier, I think he went to the West Coast qualifier. He went 7 for 7 in victories and 7 submissions, which is pretty fucking awesome. And he's just a smaller version of Nicky Rodriguez. Even if you're not interested in jiu-jitsu, it's cool. It's a young dude who's just fucking kicking ass. And anyway, I was just like, wouldn't that be interesting to hear Hiller's take? Like, does he? Because he's willing to. There were some signs that he saw in Tia that moved him so much in conjunction with the fact that what he says, I think, is that he wants to make videos that people want to see and he wants to put on subscribers and get views. But in conjunction with that, he saw some signs that made him think that it was worth telling the world that he thinks she's taking performance enhancing drugs. I wonder I would love to know what the signs are. If Alexis is banging some dude, does he have did you see his video on student loans?
I did not. No, I wanted to watch it. I saw it looked like he put some time into it.
Yeah, you should see it.
Right up my alley.
You should see it. It's
I will.
If nothing else, it's bold. It's bold. Okay, that was 147. What are the signs your chick is cheating on you? I'm erasing 148 too. I don't want to talk about 148.
Okay, I don't have the notes. Just so you know.
I sent them.
I don't have them. I just refreshed it.
Sent.
Side note though, you remember that show Cheaters and that host got stabbed?
Oh, I don't remember. I never got to see that show. That was just one of those shows that I just heard about.
Yeah.
Hold
so
on
they
a second.
Okay.
It sent it to you at 6:51. Oh, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's not in my inbox.
I didn't send it to you. What the fuck is going on? But okay, sorry. So tell me about Cheaters. Sorry.
So the show, they'd send out all these private investigators and like they would get all the information. And then once they like soundly had the information that it was going on, they would like present it to the spouse or whoever it was. Right. And they'd be like, here's what we found. And then they'd be like, okay. And then they'd say, and now we have them at this restaurant right now. Do you want to go confront them? And they'd be like, hell yeah, let's go. And they would run in there with the whole camera crew and they would like confront the person. And it was entertaining, but it was also like sad. You know? You're like, fuck, this is like people's actual lives. But anyhow, they did it to a guy. I think it was on a boat one time, and he just turned and just like freaking just stabbed the host of it. It was like, you're ruining my life. Bam, done.
Did the guy die?
No, he didn't die, but I think the show was canceled after that.
Hey, you kind of expect that.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, okay, I got him now.
You should kind of expect that. I know I sent something. It's so weird when that happens. John Bucaria. You're the winner of a 1984 Nissan pickup truck. Congratulations. Thank you. That's really cool. I don't even have a cool guest on and you donated money. Oh, sorry. Last Sue's not a guest.
Yeah. I don't think I qualify.
Oh, shit. That's not a good sign. John, good timing on the money. My wife says Toyota called and they have an update on our 4Runner. That's not good. I took it in there today. It's fine, but the maintenance light's on, which means it's time for me to pay them some money. Yep. I take it in there. They're like, it's going to be $379. I'm like, cool.
Not bad.
But like for what? An oil change?
That's oil change.
Yeah, that's what it is basically. The guy's like, well, we rotate your tires too. I'm like, hey, I just bought new tires from you. I got drive anywhere, no flats or whatever. They're like 1,800 for 4. You know what I mean? Like you get a flat, you still go 55 miles an hour for 60 miles.
Yep. Yeah. Those could be a lifesaver, especially for the wife and kids, right?
Yeah. And me. Fuck, I don't know how to do it. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're not a guy's guy. You get out there, change the tire and change your own oil.
Sousa's a main character, not a guest. The only thing that I can do that's pretty manly is I do practice opening the safe that the gun's in. And I'm getting it down, like, and I can do it in the dark and all that.
Pretty handy skill, I guess.
It's just, if you get a flat tire, you might need a gun. So what would be the signs of a chick cheating on you? Andrew, I would really like to. I'm gonna actually text him that. Copy. Hiller. I'm gonna text him. Right? That's a good idea for a show, right?
Yeah.
What are the signs of a chick cheating on you? Your mate cheating on you? Hiller video. Oh, instead of natty or not, it's called cheating or not. Cheating.
Faithful or not.
Not.
Well, that guy from I think his name was like Derek from More Plates, More Dates. I mean, he made a massive YouTube channel just off of that.
Natty or not.
Yeah.
Is that's his thing?
Yep. And he used to go to like these expo conventions and find these like bodybuilders that were just clearly, not clearly, most likely suspected of being on steroids. And then by claiming to be natty, and he would just confront them at these expos. Very reminiscent of kind of what Hiller was doing at the games, but it wasn't so much a confrontation.
No shit. Would that turn into a fight?
The couple of them that I watched, it's like, I think that it just turns into a little bit of like a escalating.
Is that how he got so big?
But that, yeah. I think that was him in the early days. I mean, somebody in the comments probably know a little bit more than me, but yeah, he used to make those natty or not videos on all the, bodybuilders guys in that area. What do you even call it? And then he would go to those expos and call them out and be like, hey, so-and-so, like with his phone, like you said this, like, is that true? Are you really not, like, blah, 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 and like question him right there and confront him about it. They would get pissed.
It's so weird that you would, in a sport where you can openly use PEDs, that you would use PEDs in the division that fuck. That's like you're a fucking third grader and like you're excited you just get a medal. Like my kids are so fucking excited. Like it doesn't matter. My kids go to a jiu-jitsu tournament. There's only 3 people, right? In the weight. So someone's getting the bronze no matter what. Every kid's getting a medal because there's only 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And my kids never, if they got the bronze, they're never like, oh my, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
They're so proud of it.
Like, yes.
Like if you have a nice body and you go to a competition and enter in the natural division when you're on PEDs, right? That's like you just want the medal to hang at home.
Yeah,
that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, especially like you said, you could just compete openly doing steroids like the rest of them do. It's fine. Was that a call?
Oh, I think so. Mr. Flexi.
Mr. Flexi.
Hi.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Hey, so I just watched your guys' episode of Justin Medeiros.
Oh, yes.
And the lady calls in at the end talking about the weight loss surgery.
Oh, yes.
I feel like she did a circular argument and ended up agreeing with me in the end.
Oh, that's so trippy because my sister asked me about that this morning. My sister goes, what did you think about that lady? I'm like, I feel like she's tried to like stand her ground and then talk. And then and I respected her for that. And then before it was over, she was like, nah, fuck it. Don't do it. I mean, that's kind of like how I felt too.
She gave it an honest effort.
I feel like she said there's a place for it. And then all of a sudden she said, wait, no, you still have to change your diet. And that's all that I said from the get-go.
Yeah. It's like when you go over to your ex's house and she's like, there's no way I'm going to fuck you. And like, you just sit around for 15 minutes and you're fucking.
All right, fine.
All right, fine. There's no, okay. Sure.
Yeah, there's no way I'm taking PEDs to get better at CrossFit. All right, TRT sounds cool.
Yeah. Hey, did Hiller release a video today?
I think he did.
Got a sneak peek of one of his videos that's coming up. I don't want to talk about it if he didn't release it.
I'm checking.
How are you? How are you doing, Mr. Beeler?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. We just finished a whole day at the amusement park with my kid. Walked around, rode rides for the first time in 10 years because I'm small enough to fit now.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations. Where'd you guys go?
Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
Oh, maybe I've heard of that. They allow drinking there?
There is. I mean, it's owned by Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser.
Oh, so it really is named after. Wow, that's cool. All right. I like that. I'm trying to think of how, when I was at Disneyland, that was the one thing I didn't do that I kind of wish I would have done. They have, I guess you could buy some alcohol there, and I think that would have made me less
downtown Disney, I think.
A little less uptight.
Yeah.
A little less uptight. Take some performance enhancing, less uptightness.
Social lubricant.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else you want to add to the lady, the 55-year-old lady who does surgeries on fatties, but thinks that people should work hard?
Yeah, I think that I think it's probably a good tool to get people started, but you still have to make a lifestyle change at the end of the day.
Man, I agree. It sounds scary. It sounds like did you hear the guy we had on? I think it was the affiliate owner was Nick Sellers. And he basically had bariatric surgery, but because a bomb exploded next to him.
Yeah.
And his shit's all fucked up. He has to be, he has to eat perfectly in order to get enough nutrients, since the part of his intestine that absorbs certain kinds of nutrients doesn't work so good.
Yeah. Just the idea that is like a side effect of this elective surgery, not elective for him, obviously, but just the idea that that's a side effect that you would have to live with, to me, says that it's probably not a good idea. There's no side effects from eating right and exercising, except for being healthy.
If you ask Gary, next time I have Gary Roberts on, I'll ask him if he wishes he would have kept his skin, because man, the price he had to pay for cutting that skin off sounds like a son of a bitch.
Yeah. I'm curious about that. Honestly, I know a couple of people that have lost a lot of weight and have kept their skin, and then I know a couple of people that have lost a lot and then got it removed. After like 5 years, after make sure they keep it off. But that is really intense.
You remember what he said, right? That basically you have a limited number of fat cells. He cut off a bunch of fat cells, so now the fat's going to the cells that are fat cells that are attached to his internal organs. So he's getting fat buildup around his organs. I don't know. I'm no That's fucking doctor. Well, I don't even know if I can say that anymore with my feelings towards doctors, but that does not sound good.
No, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I fart on the air, or even when I don't even know I farted on the air, or one of my guests farted on the air, someone will say in the comments, "I heard someone fart at 1 hour and 3 minutes and 8 seconds." You ever seen those comments? And it's like, wow.
No, but I remember when that happened with a guest of ours one time.
Oh, the guest farted?
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't the guest who claimed that they had someone under the table.
No.
All right, Mr. Beeler. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Nice to hear from you.
Later, brother. All right. I know 2 people that got those that gastric bypass, like stomach surgery.
Yeah.
And they both had something that lasted from it. The accrued debt.
Oh, you mean like it cost them so much money that they got debt?
Yep, like both of them took loans out or took money out of their like equity out of their home. I think one of them did. Don't like quote me on it 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And both of them look exactly the same, if not have the same amount of weight gain if they had done nothing at all, except for they're still paying that down.
That sucks.
Yep.
That's look what Sean says. He knows someone who had it, lost a hungy,
gained it back,
but got it back on. Who's this? Maj, Black Guns Matter. I can invite. Have you seen Kanye West is back and active on Instagram again? You've seen that?
Yep. Yeah, I follow Ye, the truth.
Can you pull up his Instagram? Let's go over that for a second. I don't understand some of the shit he's saying, to be honest with you. Maj, Toure. I can't find that account. Maj Tour. Is it called Black Guns Matter, or is it Maj Tour accounts? I don't see Maj Tour. I'd need his Instagram. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. He's going hard.
Yeah. Should we just kind of go?
Okay, yeah. Let's go through them. Kanye West, Adidas was paying the lawyer to change the contract.
Just puts the lawyer up there.
And we don't even know what he's talking about, but the people in the know, and they're not too stoked he put it up, right? They're like,
right.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Adidas was paying the lawyer. Hey, let's do a little snooping on that.
Okay.
Can you open up hold on. I'm going to look it up here. I'm going to type in Adidas Kanye lawyer. Kanye West's fifth divorce attorney quits.
Oh my gosh.
Amid divorce from Kim Kardashian. Holy shit. Kanye West has lost his fifth divorce attorney, as reported by TMZ. Standby.
Yeah.
As reported by TMZ, amid a separation from Kim Kardashian, which finally has trial date set for later this year, as reported by Rolling Stone, his lawyer Samantha Spector was relieved from the case on Friday after she requested as such from Los Angeles County Steve Cochran. She cited a breakdown of communication as the reason behind the request, leaving Ye without representation in the divorce proceedings. The former couple were declared legally single in March, but they've yet to reach a settlement in regards to the wealth and 4 children. Caller, hi.
What's up?
What's up?
How you doing? Was that Danny from Krypton?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Danny Beeler. He was on the show.
I just caught the end of it. I'm not sure how long you guys have been talking or even what you were just talking about there. This is JB Anderson. I am the guy that does the podcast with Ben Smith.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Hey.
What's up, baby?
Holy shit. Only Krypton callers tonight, please. No one, if you're not affiliated with CrossFit Krypton or Ben Smith, please do not call in tonight. I mean, we'll fuck our streak. What's up?
Nothing, chilling. I mean, I heard you were talking about Biden. I know I can rip on that idiot for a long time. So
Joe, I don't think did we talk about Joe tonight?
It was in the title of the show. Remember what I said?
Oh yeah, I haven't even seen the title of the show. The titles of the show are just supposed to be, I don't know what they're supposed to be. Here's the thing.
They're a work in progress.
Here's the thing, JB. Do people call you JB or Mr. Anderson?
Yeah. Well, it's JB. But it is interesting. Me and Ben like to rip on the Matrix a lot, and I'm Mr. Anderson and he's Mr. Smith, so that's a little mind blunder.
I like it. Mr. Anderson, I don't pay the people who work on the podcast. And so there's this very delicate level of authority and leadership that I must what's that called? What do you do with the sword? You swing a sword. Fuck, I forget what the word is. But basically, I have to be very careful. I can't. Yeah, the way I brandish my authority, the way I can't treat them like you callers. I have to treat them a little bit more. Oh, fantastic! I love your creativity. Quick, Sousa, change that shit. Change that shit.
Thank you for your contributions.
Oh my God, brilliant work.
Yeah.
Mr. Brandstetter, Mr. Caleb Beaver, Miss McDonald, even Elise. Elise is right. Elise has been kicks out some
the gone rogue.
And Trina. No, that's Trina. Trina. Miss Pork Chops. Yeah, everyone's just the newsletter, everyone. It's just like, holy shit. Sometimes I see that shit. I'm like, oh God. I need to call this person, tell him. Oh, but I heard someone say fuck Joe Biden at his Hitler rally speech.
Yep.
Yes, dude. But we can rip on whatever you want to rip on. I'm down to talk because my wife left her wallet in my car and I drove all the way back from Maryland to Virginia, got back home, and she's flying to California tomorrow to see her sister. So I got home, had to drive to Maryland again, and now I'm driving home. Just got done listening to a different podcast. Click on YouTube. Here you are. Click on it. Danny's on the line.
I know what I'm going to talk about. I know what I'm going to talk about when you get off the phone.
Okay.
But I don't know what I'm going to talk about when you're on the phone.
Interesting. What do you think? I mean, me and Ben haven't talked about this yet, but I'm intrigued by the Hiller experiment that it's going to do. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of like another Icarus story where it's like, and I don't know Hiller at all, but I imagine it's like, I got really strong, really fast, really capable, and I still didn't make a games type of story.
I saw this dude and I hung with this. Let me tell you, I hung with this dude. Oh, by the way, that Cobra Kai video is fucking amazing. I don't know. How does that only have 6,000 views? That's the one where he talks about cheating in softball. That's actually his best video ever.
Yeah.
That was fascinating about the bat.
Oh yeah.
The whole
yeah.
thing.
He really is. He's, for as much as it is, it's easy to critique him and be a hater. I think we're doing a disservice to the community by treating what he's doing that way. Like, he's doing what nobody else is willing to do.
Well, I like all of it, but I didn't like the Tia thing. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I hung with this dude. This dude exhibits all the signs of fucking being on steroids. He's exceedingly handsome. He stinks like sex, and he fucking is yoked out of his fucking mind. And he's just fucking, and he's a magnet. He's like, you just want to be around him. And all the dudes I know who've been juiced up, who are charismatic. So I think that this is his second run. I think this is his second go at it. If I'm guessing, if I had to bet.
I'm not sure how old he is or anything like that.
He's 30. He's 30.
Always, okay, a couple years younger than me. So I'm the same age. I'm 32, and am like the most mediocre CrossFitter, of all time.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Do you have a 7-minute Fran?
I mean, I can do Fran in 2 minutes, like maybe like 250.
Oh, eat a dick. Yeah, mediocre.
The mediocre.
I mean, this is just crazy. Your shit's all you have what's that called? You have instead of body dysmorphia, you have CrossFit dysmorphia because you hang out with fucking Laura Horvat and fucking Ben Smith. And that's another person whose name I say right, like Justin Medeiros, and I get no credit. I'm the only 2 people in the fucking business that say their names right.
It is weird being in that environment. It really is. You're humble daily, and at the same time, you do an open workout right next to Laura, and she goes unbroken on that stupid thruster pull up, thruster test the bar, thruster bar muscle up workout from this year. She finishes in like 3 minutes or 4 minutes or something. I fell off the bar at like 9 minutes and threw up immediately. So that's why I say mediocre CrossFit, I guess, just because of the people that I'm around.
I did this. I used to do this podcast with Josh and Matt. And one time on the show, I said, this is totally a perfect example of where me and Matt's relationship is. Do you know what I'm going to say, Sousa?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you know what I'm saying? This is a perfect example of where me and Matt didn't click. This isn't the bad thing at all. It was great. But we were just like, we were two wheels with cogs on them, and we never did this, or rarely did we do this. Can you see you can't see my fingers, but it's that thing, when gears, yes. We never did that thing where a spirograph, like our two wheels were never aligned and we were. So I made this comment where I said, I would never fucking work out with you and Josh. It'd be fucking pathetic. I'd be too embarrassed. He's like, oh, and it's just a kind of like just a backhanded Nicety. Compliment of them. It's like, of course I would work out with you, but he took it and fucking ran with it because he doesn't understand some of the nuances of that kind of humor. He'd be like, oh, you need to, don't worry. You can work out with the, and it turned into this 15-minute thing about how it'd be okay that I work out with them.
Right.
And I'm just like, this isn't gonna.
It just wasn't the same conversation you were trying to have. You were trying to make a point about something drastically different. Then obviously I can do whatever you're doing.
I should have just told him, shut up. I'm joking, but I was trying to be respectful. He had too much star power for me at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. There was one time that I went to this invitational, or no, it was right before COVID. I went to Cookville, and Rich was doing the thing at Mayhem. It was like the sanctional or whatever it was. And Ben competed in it. So I went and we're hanging, is what it is. The event's over. We all go back to Rich's house. And I'm sitting there with just like the OG games guys, just like Josh, Rich, Ben, Dan Bailey, Scott Panchak, all those cats are all hanging.
That's cool.
Sitting at Rich's countertop, and I'm like, wait, like, where the hell am I right now? And how is this going on? Because like growing up I watched every video on the internet that had to do with CrossFit. And I mean, they're all a part of all of them. And it was It was pretty wild.
You should have been like, "Hey guys, you want to make a TikTok?" And like, you should have asked them if they want to make a TikTok with you and organize the dance. Let's TikTok.
It was wild.
All of them over there.
Hey, look at this. Oh, you can't really see it so good on my phone. I got this picture on my phone, and it's my son as a baby climbing on a tricycle. And sitting all around him are Dave Castro, Rich Froning, James Hobart, Josh Bridges, some other douche, and who was also that you named. And then it was cool. It's a cool photo. I keep it on my phone, but I cropped everyone out except for Rich and my son. So
what do you think about the
Kanye?
sort of
I'm trying to get into it, but you called.
Short changing. Oh, damn it. All right, let's talk about Kanye. I'll talk about Kanye all day, too.
No. I have to let you go, JB. JB.
All right,
you
cool.
did good. You did good. You're a good dude.
Holla.
Hey, can I call you back if I ever need backup? Okay, bye. I hung up. Whew.
You're getting good.
That guy's either on steroids or he's drunk.
Oh, he's just excited to chat.
He just called in and tried to hijack the show. JB
like we can talk about this. Like I can talk about whatever.
Yeah. What's the title of this show? It'd be cool if I knew. I don't see it. Live call-in show, president, and then all I see is ... I don't even want to know. Do I?
Someone will throw it in the comment section.
Okay, where were we with Kanye? Okay, let's go back to Kanye's Instagram. So I can't figure out, it's something about but his divorce has gone sideways, and his trial is set to go on December 14th. And Cochran requested that Wasser ask Kanye to respond to the case by September 30th. Man, well, how stressful, divorce. I have no chill. It's going to cost you billions to keep me. It's going to cost you billions to let go, Adidas. You stole my fucking design, amongst other things. I'll give you till Tuesday. I'm not waiting 7 months to leave like the breach letter I sent you refers to. It's up to now. I'm going to make things unbearable, and I promise I've only been playing nice. I know everything. I promise. The fake shoes y'all sold behind my back in China. Everything.
Wow.
It's interesting.
That was 12 minutes ago. He posted that too, by the way.
It's interesting that he wants to fight like that. I would probably just let that go, but I don't know the details. The design. I'd like to know what that means. Design.
I wonder about the whole thing with him, like is he just kind of gone off the deep end? Is he too wrapped up in his own drama and everything else? Is it for relevance? Is it
I don't think he's lost his mind.
I don't think so either. In fact, I think he at some stuff I've seen him say, in some clips I've seen him say, he seems to be more clear than ever.
Right.
And then some stuff, it seems like it's a little out there, but
it seems like he's got some dealing with lawyers sucks. Yeah. Okay. Oh, can you go back to the? Yep. Can you go back to the big thing? Okay. No, sorry. To all of them. Yeah. Okay. So that was his. What that was. Okay. Go to that one just in case. Okay. Yeah. I guess. Just in case Instagram never lets me post again, I need everyone to know one last thing. Black hats matter. In case it's not clear, I'm not working with Daniel Son. Everybody quits since he has been here putting weaklings in positions or artificial power demoralizes the whole team. I guess everyone will just blame Casper Adidas when I leave. I'm still going to take my 15% on the fake 350s you're going to run. Okay, more tennis shoe talk. Let's see the next one. He's an artist. Okay. Kanye needs Jesus. President Biden wants gun control. So why? Daniel Son respects the homeless by having a home. I don't know what that means, but I like it. That's that's woke. I have to guess that's satire. That's just woke talk, right? That's amazing.
For sure.
Amazing. Good job, Kanye. Wow. I don't know if that's cryptic, Javier. I don't know. It's fucking brilliant. It's Daniel's son disrespect. It's just it's something you would. It's woke logic. It's total woke logic.
Wait, Sean Sullivan said Kanye needs Jesus, but I think he's big on Jesus, isn't he?
Yeah. That was the name of your show. Oh, Daniel's son respects the homeless by having a home?
No, but it should be.
Yeah. Kanye is battling a porn addiction. No shit. Is that true? Don't make me Google that. Kanye porn.
Wait, look at this post.
Porn addiction thing is so weird to me. It's fascinating. Kanye West goes on Instagram rant claiming he's battling porn addiction. Oh my goodness.
Do you have that?
Go to his. Does he have a story? Does he have a story?
No.
Oh.
No.
How does he only have 16.8 million followers?
Because he keeps like deleting his account, I think, or like pulling it down and putting it back up.
Okay, let's click on the small
This
black
is-
guy. Yeah,
This is Daniel. This is Daniel's son, I'm guessing.
that's from Steve Stute. You bum. No offense to the homeless. I'm saying even though he currently has a home, he's a bum. That's fucking. Hey, click on that guy's Instagram. Let's just fucking go down. Go down. Hey, you guys don't need to scroll. We'll scroll for you. Same night, same happy. Well, let me see whose account this is. So these are just other rich dudes who sit in the front row of basketball games.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look, and there's I see, and oh my God, Jay-Z looks horrible. Click on that Jay-Z photo. Jay-Z needs CrossFit.
Oh,
What the
yeah, he does.
Fuck has happened to him?
Yeah, he does.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Look at all the 2 minutes ago replies like bum, 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 bum.
Oh, because those are people who got Kanye's back.
And this was posted on June 13th. So they're just
Wow.
going through his post.
Oh shit. Go ahead and like one of those bums. No, I'm joking. Don't.
Don't get involved.
Okay. Kanye's bombshell Instagram tirade artist shares co-parenting. Kanye West says pornography destroyed his family. Admits he's addicted. I have a porn addiction and it destroyed my family. Wow. The rapper vowed his daughters would never appear in Playboy like their mom, called out his fellow Kardashian cum donors, and pledged to remove his kids from school. They used an asterisk mark when he called out fellow Kardashian cum donors. Why do you have to asterisk that out? Cum donors. You guys want to see that? Here, I'll share that with you. This is
Careful.
why do you have to? Did you say careful?
Yeah.
What is this? Why would you see that? Like, why? It's so weird the things they asterisk out. I think that's cum,
strange.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Kanye West has revealed he's dealing with an addiction to pornography and claimed it destroyed his family in a series of bizarre, now deleted Instagram posts on Thursday night that somehow also referred to his children's school. Was denied that his mental health was spiraling and said he was simply expressing undeniable truth as he slagged off former wife Kim Kardashian's family, warning critics to shut the fuck up and worry about your sick own kids.
Oh, shit.
Today is about control. He wrote in the post, I was driving crazy before. I'm not driving crazy no more. It's not up to Calabasas or Hulu where my kids go to school. I'm not the crazy one here. It's up. I won't stop until I have a say so on my kids, no matter what it legally takes. Come and get me. I'm a man of God. The father's job is to be the bad guy sometimes. So Trevor Noah, come speak on my family so I can be the bad guy. Woo! Get him. Trevor Noah is a douche. West appears to be feuding once again with Kardashians, notably Kim, over this choice of school for their children. My kid's going to Donda. They're not going to Sierra Canyon. Charlemagne the God and Kris, get your motherfucking popcorn. I don't know who that is. Oh, those are the morning. Those guys are woke idiots too.
You know, is Charlemagne the God?
That's the Breakfast Club people, I think. Those fools are so fucking woke. They're pathetic. More people driving the black community to fucking hell, claiming. Oh my God, they're so bad.
No, I haven't seen anything out of Charlemagne the God that's like that. Charlemagne.
You haven't?
I don't.
The guy from I don't watch too much of their show too, but everything I have seen, it's fucking BL. That's the guy from the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I've only seen him with Andrew Schultz because they're buddies.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, of course he's going to be friends with Andrew Schultz.
He has been for a while. They even had a podcast
Oh.
together called like Brilliant Idiots,
Oh,
stuff like that.
maybe I'm thinking, is it the Breakfast Club guy? It's the
You're
the
right.
black guy with the two black women who act like
100%.
they're fucking dudes.
Maybe he's changed.
Maybe.
But I don't watch a lot of his stuff at all.
No, I need to check. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad you called
Yeah.
that. Get me all fired up. Kanye began the thread by addressing Hillary Clinton and Mark Zuckerberg. You gonna take me off Instagram? My kid's going to. Oh, anyway, okay.
Austin had a good one here.
I wonder how many times he's watched the Kim K. Ray J video. Whew.
Oh man.
Don't let Kris make you do Playboy like she made Kylie and Kim do Hollywood as a giant brothel. Pornography destroyed my family. I deal with the addiction Instagram promotes. It's not going to happen to Northey in Chicago. Oh, so he's accusing the mom.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about Kris Jenner, right?
What?
The devil works hard, but Kris works harder.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Dude, she leaked her own daughter's that Ray J video.
She did?
Yeah. You know, Kim Kardashian, prior to all this, she was like Paris Hilton's closet decorator.
No shit.
Yeah. So like Kim Kardashian would come in and like organize Paris and Hilton's closet and all that. And they were kind of in the social life. And then as she started getting more popular and dating, you know, like rappers and bass stars, then they made this video and she like curated it and made it as a big publicity stunt. That's kind of what pushed her into the limelight. You know, their dad was the lawyer in the O.J. Simpson case, right?
Yeah. He was OJ's buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, Kris Jenner is a she. You know how people from Hollywood or people that live in Hollywood are in that section with media and stuff. It's a little bit different in the world that they live in, right?
Yeah.
Kris Jenner like owns that shit. Like everybody in LA will be playing, you know, chess. She owns the chessboard. You know, like that's how she is with that game.
Sevan, look up Andrew Huberman podcast about what porn does to your brain.
He did one on alcohol too.
Sevan, you're totally right. About what? About that guy Charlemagne, the Breakfast Club being woke. The few times I've listened to him, they suck. They are so bad. They spread such fucking.
You know what's crazy though too that Kris Jenner did is she set up. I always get them confused because one's like
they're not even good. They don't even. They just have good guests. Their guests make them. It's not like they say cool shit. Sorry, Kris Jenner. What?
Oh, Breakfast Club. Yeah, you're totally right. And they just stir the drama. So they bring people in that they know there's already current drama. So we like know that there's something up with you, right? And then we'd bring you in and we'd be like, hey, you got this new album going on, but what's really happening with this? And it gets you like either worked up or the drama goes from there.
And they used to go head to head with Howard. And I would be like, why would anyone listen to them over Howard Stern? And then Howard Stern lost his mind.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So what were you going to say about Kris Jenner?
So the two younger daughters that came up, you know, what's crazy too. If you go back and you see any like snippets from the first season of the Kardashians, the two younger ones look like totally like just normal young like tween girls, and it's kind of funny now because one of them is like a supermodel. And I forget the names of which two are which, but the other one that went kind of the route of like the Kim Kardashian one, she sold her like lip liner stuff that she made overnight in one. I think it was something ridiculous, like how many millions of dollars she made by selling out every single product with just a few Instagram posts. Like that's how
she's the one that's the youngest self-made billionaire ever, right?
Right, which also turned out to be a whole scam too, where Kris fudged all these numbers to get her on the billionaire list. So then they pulled it off, but then it gave her more attention than she actually made the billionaire list or something crazy like that.
Wow. So that was a lie. She didn't really do it.
Correct. They just, I mean, they look off like assets owned and stuff like that. And so they just move some stuff around and then totally like fudge the numbers to get it on the Forbes list. Yeah. And then it found out that it wasn't true. And then they brought it back in as it was true.
Fuck, this guy Michael C fucked you up.
Yeah, I know. I realized halfway talking about some of this shit that I can't take it back. So now I'm like, I'm in too deep. But I pay attention.
That could be the host. No. Oh. I thought he meant just because he's saying you're woke.
That's what I thought he was saying too. And like know about the Hollywood scoop.
I'm pretty sure at one point, Greg, I think I was in the room one time when Greg had a call with Kris Jenner.
Oh man, it wouldn't work out because the stuff that I would like, the questions I would ask, like she wouldn't never answer because there would be no faith that I wouldn't, blurt them out or whatever. But
wait, what are you talking? Wait, what? Huh?
Like Kris Jenner? About? Like if I had a few minutes to like talk with Kris Jenner.
Oh, no, I said I was in the room one time when Greg spoke to Kris Jenner.
Yeah, and I was saying that was awesome. I wish I could speak with her too.
Oh, right.
Just ask her a bunch of questions about how she built that whole entire market. I mean, it's nuts. The way that they're able to cultivate attention and keep attention for as long as they have, and make one thing like really clear, like attention is currency. Like that is literally our new currency is attention and data. And a couple of things that the Kardashians do really well is they could collect a lot of attention and they could hold on to it for a long time. I mean, who doesn't know the name Kardashian? Like people could pretend like, oh, I don't know, I don't follow. Bullshit. You may not know them by name like I don't and could like come point them out, but you know of them and you know of the Kardashians and you know of Kim Kardashian and you know of this that's happening. And
I think she went to the White House and asked Trump for a pardon for one of her homeboys.
Exactly. Like you don't need to. Once you collect enough influence, it's more powerful than anything else, right? Like you could have status by having like a lot of money, but if you could collect a lot of attention and then yield that attention to point it wherever you want and hold on to it as you collect it, it's more powerful than money would be.
Someone wrote in here she paid someone to raise her kids. Did you see the Instagram thing I made today? I made that video. Can you pull up my Instagram? I made that video in I made that in using just Instagram editing in Reels. I'd never done that before. Have you ever edited clips together in Reels?
Yes, I have.
That was the first time I'd done that.
Pretty good. Man, you are not populating even with that other account.
Super banned, dude. So banned. People are like, hey, dude, you're gone again. I'm like, I know.
Yeah. All right. I'll have to go through Google.
Here, I could do it too.
I got it. I was just trying to search it just directly through
Isn't that
Instagram
crazy too?
search.
And you follow me.
Yeah. I like that picture, by the way.
Oh, you do? Jim Jordan took it. The guy who took that picture of me took it of me in Newport, and that's the guy that introduced Greg to Kris Jenner. Small world.
It is. Damn. That's crazy.
So I want to tell you a story about this, and I didn't write it in the write-up. So a few months ago, some of you may remember, Avi, I've talked about this story before. Avi's my 7-year-old son, and I've always pushed my kids pretty hard. And push may be not the right word, but I bring a lot of opportunities their way, and I keep them on a very strict schedule. And although they get a shitload of free time, we roll, we handle our business, and we work hard. They do, I do, we all do. And he was in class. He was. In my opinion, he's by far the best technically in jiu-jitsu of all the kids in his class, even the kids who can beat him. He's by far the best. And I think it shows because whenever anyone's going to take a belt test or whatever, Avi's almost always to the go-to guy. They always put him with the little kids. They always put him with the new people. He's just fucking amazing. And he has an incredible bedside manner. That's no problem.
What I was going to say. Yep.
Yeah. He's a gentleman of the highest order. He's still a wild 7-year-old boy, but like he's a stud. He's a little man. And so when he rolls against kids who aren't as good as him, even if they're bigger than him, he takes it too easy on them. And I've told him that. And so a lot of kids come there and they start kicking and flailing, or when they're down, they start up kicking. And he puts himself by trying to be nice in compromised positions. This kid right here kicked Avi in the stomach. And Avi always corrects me when I say that. Kicked Avi in the bladder. He said, hey, he walked off the mat and he goes, hey, that kid right there. I go, yeah. He goes, and Avi calls him the spitter because he spits when he does jiu-jitsu. And Avi goes, he kicked me and it hit my bladder and I felt my pee go up into me. And for like 6 fucking weeks, he wouldn't do any tennis tournaments. He wouldn't do any classes. He would only do one-on-one training. He stopped doing jiu-jitsu classes, stopped doing tennis classes, didn't want to be involved in too much skateboarding. Like he would just do like music and just one-on-one classes. He never wanted to be away from a bathroom ever. I always had to have the toilet around, the shitting toilet. Excuse me. So when that happened, and there were 6 weeks of that, my whole perspective on my kids changed. I no longer wanted my kids to do well. I just wanted my kids to do. I was like, oh shit. As long as my kids are in the game, it's fine. I need to take a step back and not push them so hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, this was his first time. And that was probably, I don't know, 6 months ago. And this is the first time Avi has danced with this kid since that kid kicked him. And before class, I said, hey, that kid's in class today. And there's some other big kids in class today. Make sure you don't go too light on them. Remember, they're big, they're heavier than you, and they flail. And so this was the match. And you can pause it right there. So right there, you can pause it. I asked Avi, I said, hey, why did you get off of him? Why didn't you hold him down right there? And he said, because when he hit the ground, he said, ow. And I asked him right there, are you okay?
Yeah, he's looking at him. Avi's looking at him.
Yeah, Avi said to him right there, are you okay? Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I edited the rest of this together. It's pretty cool, I think.
It is cool. Watch him frame up the neck.
Yeah.
And the arm post. I love watching him roll. Yep. Good night.
It's so good, right? I just saw Avi look at the clock.
And look how gentle he was right there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's not even really pulling the arm. He's just kind of hanging. Oh, in armbar.
Bam, tapped him. Yeah. But right here,
right
bam, and that kid goes, ow. And then obviously, he said, are you okay? Avi said, are you okay real quick? So, I was pretty stoked. I felt like, okay, that was good. That was like getting with that kid, helped him overcome his,
whatever happened, was there some sort of like injury there with that or anything, or was it just like?
No, it ended up going away. I think my wife may have taken him to, I don't know what happened. I think maybe he had some checkups or something. I can't remember. Oh, I think we did take him to the doctor like 2 or 3 times because we at first we thought he had a bladder infection. I think we took him to like some holistic doc, some hippie doctor, and he'd be peeing a cup and they checked it. Attention is currency, probably true, but dang, that sucks for kids.
Yeah, it sucks for kids because they're being mined for their attention.
How do you keep getting banned? Isn't COVID over? Well, that's how I control my kids with attention too, right? I give them more attention the better shit they do.
Did you see the
I can honestly say I never watched one episode of the Kardashians. I think I can say that too. I can't ever remember watching a single episode either.
You don't have to watch it to see it though. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's all over.
And I know who they are. Yeah. I did watch an episode of the show that was before them. What was the reality show that was huge before them with the family? And they had the crazy wife too, the crazy mom too. They had their own Kris Jenner. The husband couldn't talk and he was a rock star.
Ozzy Osbourne show?
Yeah, that show. Yeah, Harriet and Ozzy. Yeah. I had seen probably 2 episodes of that. That show was fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Hey, so someone says, let's talk about the trans thing. Let's talk about the trans world with our youth. I'm tripping on all the shit that I've been reporting on a little bit. Because I'm like, am I only seeing this stuff because I'm talking about it so much?
Like when you buy a new car and you're like, nobody has this gray Civic. And then you get on the freeway on the way home and you're like, everybody has a gray Civic.
Yeah. I sometimes think, holy shit, maybe it's not. Maybe there is only one tranny. And there's only like 3 people in Black Lives Matter. I guess not. I mean, Ferguson burnt down 760 million. I guess there's those idiots around the January 6th who thinks that's an insurrection, even though there was no guns there. I don't know. The tranny thing is so weird. Obviously, it's just fucking disgusting.
You know what I think? I think that a little bit of that stuff, the corporate media and stuff almost fans the fire with that a little bit, because if you kind of wash that stuff away and you really, because like we've talked about this on the show, hey, schools in poor neighborhoods they're too hard, so we're going to lower all the test standards, right? And then it's like, well, you can't, how are you going to do that? Because then you're not even educating the kids. But really, if you looked into the issue and you said, oh, wait a minute, we realize that these schools are lacking the resources to teach these kids due to the economic situation. Where does the schools get their money from? Oh, they get it from the property taxes in the area that's around. Well, the whole area has gone to shit. So you mean to tell me that there is no money to fund these schools. And like even here in Livermore, I was just talking about with Grace, I was like, our teachers that are at the gym and stuff like that, they buy a lot of their own school supplies for these kids. So you mean to tell me we have all this with the property tax? I'm paying. I just got hit at the beginning of around April time, and you knew this with the gym because it was just such a heartache for us. We got charged when the building got sold with the property tax because the new owners could pass that through to all the tenants, and it raised my rent $2,200 a month overnight. And then they wanted
Did you hear that, people? Will you explain that one more time? What happened to you? This is fucking nuts.
Yeah. So the building that I had in this awesome location in Livermore, and the owner was the original guy that built it. Well, he unfortunately passed away, gave it to his kids. His kids sold it to basically a corporate commercial, real estate company. And so they came in, and the building was originally appraised for like 4.5 million. And then they bought the building for $16 million. And that valley of $11 million between what it was originally, appraised at and being paid property taxes off is now being paid off of the other one. So it's skyrocketed. And a commercial real estate, they usually get a lease that allows this thing called the CAM for them to pass through certain expenses onto you. And property taxes is one of them. So then overnight.
Is that normal?
Yeah, that's normal for commercial real estate. It's triple net lease.
I need to ask other, if I would have asked you that before they raised your rate, that was in your contract, would you have known it is?
Yeah. And the thing was I didn't
That's fucking nuts. I got to ask other affiliate owners if they know that they're, so you're basically saying if you're paying, let's say you're paying a portion of the property, you're paying the property tax and it's $500 and they have the building reevaluated and it's worth twice as much as the last time. And now you're going to pay $1,000 a month.
Yep.
How much were you paying before?
Almost exactly what you said. It was like $520 something, $580. And now I pay like $2,200 something on it.
So it went up 4 times.
Mm-hmm. And
that's fucking nuts. Did anyone go out of business in your building?
I think so, because there's quite a few, like there's multiple units. I'm an H, and like way down at the other side, there's multiple of them that are up now, like for lease and stuff like that. And it wasn't before that whole building was filled. Yeah.
Good tranny story this week. Country artist going at another country artist's wife, Maren Morris, and James Aldean's wife. The wife spoke up against transitioning kids, and his PR company dropped him. What the fuck? Had you heard that story?
No.
I need to start listening to more country music. I'm a paramedic in one of the services I used to work with. It's having pronouns put in our charting system, and we're supposed to put what sex they say they are, and this is a medical chart.
Holy wow.
So I could say I'm a dude, and I could say I'm a chick, and in my medical chart it would say that female.
In all of this changing of stuff as far as you put the genders, and maybe I'm wrong here, somebody correct me, but it's just to make certain people that might be transitioning or identify as a different gender comfortable, right?
I guess.
I mean, what's the point of it?
They use this word saying they're marginalized. They have all this shit that they have this whole fucking crazy narrative built, and then it's supposed to be true, and it's supposed to be effective at opening up avenues for them to participate in society with acceptance. It's fucking nuts.
And I'm
okay when really it's doing the opposite. It just does the opposite.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because I'm completely okay with any trans person operating how they want to in society, however any adult wants to. Whatever 2 consenting adults care to do with each other that don't hurt anybody else is 100% good by me. You guys are good to go. But the problem is when it starts to get pushed into everyday life for everybody that normally wouldn't even, care about it not in a negative sense, wouldn't care about it, but just they're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. It's all good. And now it's almost being just like forced upon you everywhere you look. And especially once they get the kids involved, because then all the parents have no choice but to get involved. Right. So
that's what I think this person is saying, the exact same thing that you said too. The lady wasn't even against transphobic. It just went against the woke thought process. So these nut jobs flipped in their collective groupthink lids.
There you go. Yeah, that's exactly it. And going back to what I was originally saying about it, because then there isn't any accountability for the actual issues that all of us, especially the middle class, are experiencing. We get to fight over these little nuances that are happening, and nobody else is saying like, oh, hey, shouldn't we structure our taxes differently so those schools actually get the resources they need? Or wait a minute, is the middle class evaporating? Shouldn't we look into that? It's like, no, don't worry about that. Focus on these issues here. And if you don't want to focus on them, don't worry. We're just going to shove them down your throat everywhere you look.
Thank you, news.
Yeah.
California spends $20,000 per pupil. Add that up, Brian. I think his name's Matt.
Add that up. And the crazy part about it is, where does that go to? Bureaucrats and administrative people. They keep putting in all this layer of administrative people and bureaucrats. It comes from the top down. So if you really want to have a failed system, just look no further than the school districts, because what's happening is all this money is flowing into these administrators, and they're coming up with all these different jobs and initiatives. And who gets screwed at the end? The kids trying to get educated, right? And so if you flipped it and you started to allow the teachers to have maybe a little bit more control over that money, get rid of all those administrative people and give the money to the teachers that deserve it. 30% of the teachers in the school probably need to be fired immediately. 20 or 30%.
That's very
and then the ones that are there, the ones that are truly teaching and are involved in the community and are educating the kids, their salaries need to be tripled.
I agree. That I fucking agree upon.
Like, let's give more accountability to the teachers and pay the ones that are deserving and get rid of all this bureaucratic administrative mess that the money's just bleeding out everywhere.
Andrew said, it's a good video. I'll need to let it simmer. Wow.
Were you going to chat about number 148? Because it kind of goes with what we're saying.
No. 148?
Yeah, on your list.
The problem with 148 is I don't want to call those people out by name.
Got it. Okay.
You know what I mean? I already did a pretty hardcore rant on them.
Right.
I even wish I wouldn't have said I hate them. Like, I don't hate them, but I was pretty fucking pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't hate them.
Didn't you say it was like a weird collective change in consciousness that people just kind of like flowed?
It was like a tsunami. Yeah, I pictured it. I mean, I have no proof of this. This sounds like fucking hippy dippy shit, but it felt like the same thing happened. I experienced it in society when 9/11 happened. When those planes hit the Twin Towers, I felt like there was a collective consciousness that just swept over the country and made people stupid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was like if you step on an anthill and they just all go fucking nuts, right? I feel like just around the George Floyd thing and just all that, and people around Floyd 19 and COVID, people just went fucking nuts. And basically that Instagram account curated, it was an Instagram account hating on Greg, and it curated people who said negative shit about Greg. But once again, it was, and these people are people that I like, but it was all, and it wasn't even, I'm not upset that they said something bad about Greg. I'm saying because they didn't say anything. Not one of those people said Greg did X, Y, Z, and that's why I'm mad at Greg. It was all the same thing. It was just, hey, I didn't like Greg's, I don't appreciate what Greg said, so I'm not supporting CrossFit anymore. And I'm just like, okay, well, what'd he say? And no one would ever say what he said, because they didn't know. They got swept over by this idiocy. Mm-hmm. It's like if you try to go and find racist shit Trump did, like towards the Mexicans, and you look for where did he say it? Well, all he said is that Mexico was sending in their rapists and killers and their worst people. That's not racist at all. And saying that he would rather have a Jew as an accountant than a black man also isn't racist. What that is doing that is discrimination and what starts with the P? Prejudice based on, that's actually, you know what that is? That's like science. Because basically science is about the greatest predictive value. If I wanted a surgeon, I would want my surgeon to come from Stanford Medical School, not the JC. Regardless of his, if I wanted an accountant, I would pick a Jew because of my prejudice and discrimination. The Jews are better with numbers. It's just not fair to lump that up as racist. I bring that up because someone's like, well, Trump said that he would prefer a Jew over a black guy as an accountant. So what? If you blindfolded me and walked me through UC Riverside, the University of California, Riverside, you said, Sevan, I'll give you $1 million. If you tell me what ethnicity the person is you bumped into, what race they are, I would say Asian, and I'd win the $1 million because 94% of the kids there are probably Asian. Yeah. It's like,
statistically,
dude.
Right.
If I took a fucking Native American and a fucking fat woke kid, and I gave them both a fucking bow and arrow, and you said, give you $1 million if you choose which one of me is going to shoot the fucking bullseye. I go with the Native American kid, not the fat kid with blue hair. Sorry. I have discrimination and prejudice.
You want to hear something funny about the blue hair? Here's my one of my coaches at the gym.
Yes, it's efficiency. It's science. What it is we're just using predictive value. My dad, I've said this a million times. Guess what my Middle Eastern dad's job was when he came to the United States? He ran a liquor store. Guess what the other Armenians did? They ran carpet stores and jewelry stores. And that's it. That's your 3 jobs. And now they fucking rule Uber in LA. Armenians, it's like, so what?
The coach at the gym, my gym, his cousin spent some of his intern time. He's a nurse. Spent some of his intern time at a psych ward, and went there. And he came back, and the joke that he said is, he goes, "Yeah, I learned one really important thing by being in there." And he goes, "What's that?" He goes, "Never date a girl with blue or green hair." And he goes, "Wait, why?" And he goes, "Because every single girl that was in there, especially long term, all had colored hair, especially green and blue."
Wow. Danielle.
Obviously, that's just his experience, but I thought that was pretty funny.
I'd rather my NBA pick to be black than Asian. Is that racist? No, not at all. Hey, and that's why that fucking Asian guy that one year who fucking killed it, David. What was his name? That's what was so spectacular about him. No one said it. Holy shit, it's an Asian guy. What was that guy's name? Lin.
Mm-hmm.
You know which guy I'm talking about?
I do. I don't know his full name.
Like, let me tell you, if that was just some fucking rando white dude, that would not have been as fucking cool. Let's face it.
Jeremy Lin. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin. No one likes Colton Mertens because of his fucking. I mean, we like him because he's short and fucking he works on a pig farm. I mean, it starts there. I'm not saying that we've learned that he's fucking cool as shit too, and smart and all this shit, and hardworking and humble and just and arrogant and cocky and confident. We love him but it started because he was fucking short and worked on a pig farm with 16,000 pigs. I mean, it's okay. We like him for discriminating and prejudice reasons.
Yeah. The other thing too, to put a wrap on the school thing, a lot of people are saying like school choice is like the way to go. And then somebody else had a good one in here where he said like, that's why you don't let the state educate your kids. And like, yeah, I agree with both those things.
I want to show you guys something. I hung out with Hiller after one of our shows the other night, and I showed him my 3 Plane Brothers YouTube account. And it was trippy what Andrew said to me. He said, "Hey, you fucked up." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "You shouldn't have done the podcast thing. You should have just gone full steam ahead with the 3 Plane Brothers." And for those of you who don't know, I still do all the 3 Plane Brothers shit. I just don't take time to edit the videos and put them on YouTube. But I hadn't been to that YouTube channel in a year, 6 months. I don't know.
5 months was the last video.
Okay, feels like a year. And if you look at that YouTube account, if you have little kids and you want to see just crazy shit, you should go to that YouTube account.
Yeah, and actually you were right. It was a year ago because there's one post 5 months ago, and then the last one before that was a year ago. You're
okay,
right.
Can you pull up that account?
Yeah.
And then just kind of hit videos and scroll. I didn't realize how much shit I had published. Hiller says that he thinks this YouTube account would have just fucking exploded if I would have used video.
The podcast too from Meet the Parents.
Oh yeah, when I was doing Meet the Parents. Yeah. And look, there's Stacy Tovarn. Now look at that, guys. She came on Meet the Parents a year ago, and yet the New York Times said ambiguous shit about me. The year prior to that is what got me fired.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jolie Gentry, that was a good podcast too. That was only 42 minutes.
The worst thing about having kids. Hey, what are your thoughts about re-releasing some of these on this channel?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Hiller thinks I should reload the entire. Oh, see that one with Allison NYC and Brendan?
Yes. Yeah.
Someone said that they saw that on my Meet the Parents Instagram post and they thought that it was a like the beginning to a porn. It's just a couple like sitting on a bed. Isn't that funny? Look, Sherman was on my on that Meet the Parents podcast. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, you could just keep scrolling and there's
there's a big body of work through here.
Yeah. And you can basically see videos of if you're raising kids, man, you'll see
Lots of workouts.
Yeah, you'll see just fucking why it's like that. Why you'll see how much time it's not so much what I did with my kids, it's how much time I spent with them. How much time I still spend with them. Thanks, Kris. So if you have kids or if you just want to see some just insane shit and a parent who spends a shitload of time with their kids,
you ever want
that this is oh, you got a commercial. You didn't subscribe. You gotta use the Sevan Media LLC card and subscribe to
and get the premium.
Yeah.
Lock it down on this one here.
And these might even just be previews.
Yeah, they are.
Because you have to go to Sugarwad to see the whole thing. So I think Avi's done 100 burpees for time 5 times in his life, like as fast as he can, maybe less, maybe 3. And I think his record is, I want to say 440. It's pretty nuts, right?
That's crazy. Look at him, little stud.
God damn.
Still my favorite thing ever was we were at the beach and there was like a couple of those girls like his age, maybe like a couple years older. And you kind of see him looking over there. And I think you made some sort of comment like, you're like, go over there. All right, go say hi, you know? And then he just like looks at us, looks at them. They kind of look back and he just drops down and hits a couple one-handed push-ups.
Oh, like just like to show off. Like, look what I got.
Like he kind of like got stuck and like they were looking, we were looking. He's like, screw it. Let me just knock these out and just take dominance of the situation. Is he Natty?
My wife had him on the living room floor. Living room floor. And he breastfed for fucking ever. The only reason why my wife stopped breastfeeding was around 18 months. The doctor said, or the midwife said, hey, you got to stop breastfeeding now because when the new babies come out, Avi's going to be jealous of them if they're getting high on the same supply. Del Levasseur. Del Levasseur. Relatively new listener. Love what you guys are doing. Great variety of guests. Thanks for speaking logic, Sevan. You're welcome. I try.
Thank you.
I try. Slim crowd tonight. It's because you're here, Mr. Richard.
Saturday
we
night.
had a show this morning, and we got a show tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Alex Stein. You think he shows?
Alex?
Yeah.
The one cool thing with that he's always done with us is communicated.
Right.
So
that's true. Yep.
even if something comes up, you'll know at least like half hour before, which isn't a lot of time, but at least he communicates, which is nice.
Right. And I hope he's not in his car.
I really hope he's not in his car.
Okay. Oh, fine. You guys want to do it? 149. Transitioning kids. 149. You want to see some transitioning kids? Fine.
Oh.
And then 150 is talking about vaccines. You want to go? You want to do it? You guys want to do it? Let's do it. 149. Transition your kids to transition or not to transition. Trans-masculine parent. I don't know what the fuck that means. Of 10-year-old trans model plans for minor's gender surgeries at 16. Imagine. So trans-masculine. I socially transitioned at 4 years old, legally at 6 years old, and I'm being monitored and hoping to get hormone blockers soon. So this is how can this be?
So she's the same age as your twins?
Yeah. Exactly. How could this be? How could you? I scroll down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fucking mess. Keep going. I want to find out that it's the 10-year-old. First of all, if you're a model, you're fucked up. All models are fucked up. It's just But they belong to two trans identified female parents who additionally have a non-binary they be. So both of my parents are transmasculine. We are one big queer family. What does that mean, transmasculine? They have penises, but they dress like women, or they're women that they're men that have vaginas?
I think so.
Hola. 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 Hola.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué estás haciendo?
Hey, caller.
I don't think they're there.
It was from Watsonville, so I just assumed it was Mexican. What is the makeup of hold on, I'm gonna look real quick. So if I know if my prejudice and discrimination is accurate. Holy fuck, UFC was gnarly tonight. Oh my goodness. Watsonville demographics by race. Is that what that is? I don't even know. Oh shit. Watsonville's 44% white. They don't even have Latin. Listen to this. It's 44% white, 43% other, 7% two or more races. That's bullshit.
Wait, other? 43%?
No, 43% are just other.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm trying to think of when I go into Watsonville, I don't see any other white people besides me.
You're actually considered an other. So I wouldn't get too crazy.
Asshole. Blacks, 1.78%. I never seen any black people there either. Native American, I mean, Mexicans are nothing but raped Native Americans by Spaniards, so it's got to be higher than that. Pacific Islanders, 0.15%. There's no mention of Mexican or Nicaraguan or none of that. But it's 0.15% Hawaiian or Pacific Islander. I have to show this to someone.
Dusty said
this makes
43% Hmong pot growers.
Yes, probably. I mean, it is a Watsonville is it's home to it's just fields of. I mean, it's where the Salinas Valley starts. It's Steinbeck country. It's fucking Berryville.
Farmland.
Yeah, it's where you live if you fucking pick all the food that's it's by Dave. Dave lives in Watsonville. Guess what? Dave's Mexican. Dave lives in Watsonville. Pornography leads to men wanting to have sex with all women and not want to continue a family. The only difference between men who have sex constantly and transgender is that the man can repo. I don't understand what that means. I don't think
lost in that one.
Pornography. I wonder if that's true. If pornography makes you want to cheat on your spouse.
Works in the LGBT.
I don't think it does that to me.
Isn't that the
But I don't want to be in denial either.
Wouldn't it be the stopper of that?
Yeah. Well,
right? Like, wasn't that?
What if you only watch home videos?
I think it's just like anything else. Like once you have too much, there's an abundance of access, zero friction, right? You click a few buttons. Sometimes you don't even mean to, and it pops up on the screen, and that's what it is. Tons of access.
I can add your shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I socially transitioned at 4 years old. Here's the deal, people. I know everyone here knows this. There's nothing a child says that you should be reacting to. A good parent does not react to their children. That is at the core foundation of being a parent. 90% of all the bad parenting I see is because parents are reacting to their kids. What does that mean? That means you're sitting at the dinner table and your kid says, I want to wear an Elsa dress to school tomorrow. and you react to it. You feel obligated to say something because you're on autopilot. You're not an enlightened being. You don't have space. You haven't created distance between what other people say and the demand for you to react. So like a robot or like a fly twitching from one pile of shit to another, you say to your kid, no, you won't wear an Elsa dress. That's weird. Or Elsa dresses are for girls only. Or, oh, that's interesting. After dinner and after we do the dishes, you want to go online and look for an Elsa dress? You don't have to say anything. My phone rang one time in my house when I was a kid. And those of you might not appreciate the story who have cell phones, but there used to just be one phone in the house. And it sat there in the kitchen and it had a long ass cord. And the phone would ring and my sister and I would race to the phone to answer it. And then one day my mother said to me, you know, you don't have to answer the phone. I looked at her and she continued, that phone's for us. That phone is like for us. If we want to call out or if we want to answer, we can, but we don't have to. And that moment, a light went off in my head. Oh, shit. And a little piece of me woke up that day. And eventually a huge piece woke up. You are not to react to your kids. If you're putting your kids to bed and they're like, I want to eat something. I want to eat something. Your biggest tools are redirection or silence to create space. Their brains, they're still unconscious beings who are just developing. Their brain will then jump to the next thing and jump to the next thing. And so this child right here, I wouldn't bet my life on it, but I would damn near bet my life on it that these parents made this kid. What do I mean by that? They made that kid. They gave their kid their mental illness by their unconscious reactions to what the kid was saying. And that's how simple it is to raise a kid. The greatest parent is a non-reactive parent. Now, there are times you do have to react. There are times you do have to react, and there's times you want to react in order to manipulate your kid consciously. Your kid finishes his homework. He walks in the room and he says, look, Mom, look, Dad. And you look down, you put your phone down. You go, wow. And you give them your biggest smile and you look at their work and you give them attention. That's it. It's that fucking easy. Now, where shit goes wrong is when your kid's kicking and screaming, they're throwing a temper tantrum, and then you get into a power struggle with them. And I recognize that can be hard, but it's all about creating space. So many bad kids around me, and I see who created them. It was their parents. So many.
You know what's interesting about what you just said there too, and like not reacting. You're actually in the story you told about the telephone when you paused for a minute. It's because before there was a stimulus, and then you just had this response. There was like nothing happening in between, right? Which is essentially what you just said. And then when your mom had mentioned that, it had all of a sudden you realize, oh, there's a space, a little tiny space between the stimulus and the response. And the more you could cultivate yourself that space, or like you're saying, not reacting to everything your kids are doing, now they have a little room to start to cultivate, like, hey, I have this thought or I have this action, and then I was going to go ahead and do it. There was a stimulus up here, and then there was a response. And then when you didn't respond or react to it, it like slowed that process down. And then, like you said, when that space created, they just jumped to something else, something new. But as adults, as you create that space, it actually gives you time to choose your reaction or response to the stimulus. And that's actually the only thing that separates us from the animals, right? That's the biggest thing that separates us from the animals. So regardless of our circumstance,
that part's huge, people, what he just said there, that's the part that separates us from the animals. That's the part. He just pointed at it.
It's the only thing we have that is that much profound different between them and us as being conscious beings, right?
Where we can create space, not our free will to do something, but our free will to do nothing.
Yes, our free will to choose our response, whatever that response may be.
And you're not obligated to respond. Most of the time you're responding because you're uncomfortable, not responding. Mm-hmm. You should sit with that. Especially you fucking people who have tattoos. 100% of you don't know why you got the tattoo.
You know what's funny?
100%. Why'd you get the tattoo? Well, I got the trident because I became a SEAL. Really? What was the thought you had before that? Well, I don't know. What do you mean? What was the thought you had before you decided that you were going? What was the thought that led to you having the thought that I just became a SEAL and I'm going to get the trident? What was the thought for that? I don't know. Of course you don't fucking know. Because you're fucking unconscious. You don't know. And drinking and drugs, that's why all that smoking weed shit and drinking shit, that's where all you guys think that it's fucking making you better. It ain't making you better. It's making it more difficult to maintain that space. That's another reason why you don't do bad shit. That's another reason why you don't eat sugar. Makes it very difficult on the sucra to maintain that space.
Mm-hmm. One of my members, her daughter just turned 18, and she goes, you know what she wants to do? And for some reason, I was like, buy a pack of cigarettes. I don't know why I thought that, but which would be terrible. But it wasn't that. She goes, no, she wants to get a tattoo. And I went, oh, okay. And she goes, no, I don't. She goes, I got a tattoo. And I go, okay. And she goes, I wish I didn't get them. She goes, I got this one here. She goes, and I have another one. It's on my butt, so people don't see it unless I allow them to see it. She goes, it just looks like a blob. And I go, well, what does she want to get? So she's kind of explaining it and stuff like that. And I go, and you don't want it? And she goes, no, it's just because if she knew what I knew, she wouldn't do it, or she would think way more deeply about what it was going to be. I was like, that's fair.
Way more deeply. You know what the cool tattoo is? The one that the fucking gang made you get.
Oh, shit.
The one when you're in fucking prison and they fucking tell you, we either tattoo you or kill you. And you go with doing the tattoo.
Yep.
I'm getting a spider web.
You get it done with a piano wire, some ink, and a battery.
Sevan and Sousa forming a cult. I had some delusions of grandeur like that. I had some delusions of grandeur like that in college. Oh, cool tattoo, CEO.
There's a Netflix thing about that.
About what?
Like a cult, I think it was in Arizona, and it turned out to be like about polygamy. Oh, I can't say the word. I'm not going to try to. Thank you. And yeah, they were doing all sorts of crazy shit over there.
Hey, why is that illegal? Polygamy. Why can't you have more than one wife? What else can't you have more than one of? I guess you can't have a tiger. You can't even have one tiger. Right? I wonder if there's any loopholes to, you know what I mean? Like you could get a permit to have, you could have a permit to have tigers. 0 tattoos. Here, 0 piercings. I got my ear pierced in England one time. It's so funny. I've heard my mom tell this story in front of me like 20 times, 50 times, 100 times, where she tells a room full of people, oh, Sevan went to England and he got his ear pierced and he came back and he did it to shock us. And when we didn't react, he pulled it out. And I always just sit there and look at my...
True.
I'm thinking to myself, I don't even know if that story's true. How the fuck does she know if that story's true? I just sit there and I'm just like, every time I hear that story, I'm like, I know she only has one son. I know it's me. I know I went to London. I know I got my ear pierced, everything. But the rest of this part about why he did it, I always trip on that. My dad's got a few stories he tells about me too. I'm like, you know, I'm in the room, right? You know, I could just be like, hey, that's not why it.
You know what they say, there's 3 sides to every story.
When I was a little kid, my sister and my mom were convinced that I shaved my eyebrows. And I didn't shave my eyebrows. And that's not a good thing. They're like, you shaved your eyebrows. I'm like, I didn't shave my eyebrows. They're like, we can see you shaved your eyebrows. I'm like, no, I didn't shave my eyebrows. I didn't cut my eyebrows and do nothing to my eyebrows. And then I'm just like, is something wrong with my fucking eyebrows? You know what I mean?
Start second guessing it.
Yeah. And I couldn't, it was just like, no, that's it. I'm like, all right. But I was always, I guess, I would just, all right.
Oh, that's hilarious.
There becomes a point where you just roll with it.
We got the polygamy. I'm not gonna be able
Like
to
I
say
told you that it was like that in the podcast with Fraser, like I was talking about. Like I tell jokes and he takes it seriously, and then I would just roll with it. I wouldn't like try to unfuck him. Afterwards, I would call Josh and be like, "You know that was a joke, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, well."
Here's your answer.
U.S. government made polygamy illegal in 1862, largely in response to the LDS Church. That means nothing. That sentence there means nothing. Largely in response to the LDS Church, meaning what? So you read into that as because the LDS Church was doing it, but that still doesn't explain to you why it's not good or why the U.S. government would care. How the fuck does the government care how many people? You're telling me I can marry a dude, but I can't marry 4 women? I guess I don't even know what marriage is. What is there a legal definition of marriage? The church, realizing that support for polygamy was like preventing Utah's statehood, outlawed the practice in 18. Oh,
yeah.
Likely. Oh, so because the federal government didn't like it and it was preventing them from becoming a state, they made it illegal.
They outlawed it. Interesting.
Countries where polygamy is legal in 2022. Let me see that. So what happens if you have 5 wives and then you move to the United States?
I don't know. I guess you classify one of them as a wife and then the other 3 as friends.
Can you put in why? Legality and recognition of polygamy. Oh, wait, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, did you find something?
Polygamy is illegal and criminalized in every country in North and South America, including all 50 U.S. states. Criminalized? You go to jail for that?
There's got to be something we're missing here, right?
You have 2 husbands and you go to jail?
Yeah.
A dude fucking held a guy up at the fucking ATM with a fucking knife and he didn't go to jail. You're telling me if I'm fucking 3 dudes on Polk Street and I marry them all, I'm fucking going to jail? This is fucking nuts. I can't. What planet am I on? I'm on the wrong planet. I'm not even in the wrong country. I need more freedom. There was a guy, Jordan Gravatt, who is a great filmmaker, who is married to Paula Gravatt, who is holy shit. You've heard me talk about Mike Warkington?
Yes.
Okay. This girl was Mike Warkington was one of the greatest employees ever to work at fucking CrossFit HQ. Everyone knows that. You're not going to find anyone to say that's not true. Like, find someone who hates my fucking guts and be like, Sevan said this. Be like, well, he's right about that. He just, if you want to know why, you can go back to one of my other episodes. He just was fucking brilliant and so good. Got along with everyone, just knew his CrossFit shit. Hard worker. Never stopped working. There was someone else like that. This woman named Paula Gravatt, and she worked on the affiliate team. And she was a fucking one-man powerhouse. One-woman power fucking Taj Mahal. Did you ever meet her?
I don't think so.
She could do it all. She could call affiliates and get them to pay their money. She could fucking get a new affiliate in. She could fly in and hold an affiliate gathering. She could organize the Whistler event. She could fucking do anything affiliate related. They fucking fired her.
Why? Do you know why?
No. Probably she was part of the toxic culture.
Right.
She wasn't even part of fucking any culture. She was a fucking put her head down and work, dude. If you're an affiliate and you wonder why shit's fucking gone to fucking hell in a handbasket, they don't even have a link for the CrossFit Journal on the main site. Oh shit, we're at 1 hour and 33. So anyway, Jordan her husband made a video on a tattoo artist. I think he was a tattoo artist for like Matt Chan and Chris Spieler or something. Anyway, I said, hey, will you do me a favor when you go talk to this tattoo artist and ask him why he gets tattoos? And Jordan asked him, hey, why do you get tattoos? And his response was, and this dude's covered in tattoos, and he's a fucking world-class tattoo artist. And he said, I wish I wouldn't have gotten any of these tattoos.
Wow.
I wish I didn't have any tattoos. If I could start over, I wouldn't get any.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sevan, you do realize, you do really. Sevan, do you really 5 wives? I don't know if Sevan, do you really 5 wives? Do I have 5 fingers? 10 fingers? I have 5 fingers on my right hand.
You know, it's funny. One of my buddies is now a tattoo artist as well too. Also covered just like neck, a couple of face tats, different things like that. And I'm pretty sure I've also heard him talk about that same thing.
About that? About wishing he had no tattoos.
Yeah, and because he's so covered in it. I mean, like every like knuckle, like just everything, to where like there's not even like really spots to like put him anymore, and they're kind of all.
Oh, I like the way you did that. The way you were moving like that.
It's my TikTok
dance. Hey, and I love Tupac's tattoos, and I fucking loved Marvin Vittori's tattoos that he had today in the ring, and I fucking love Conor McGregor's tattoos. It's not like I don't like tattoos, by the way. A covenant by which a man and woman establish between themselves a partnership of the whole of life, and which is ordered by its nature to the good of the spouses, procreation and education of offspring. I don't know what any of that means. I'd need a fucking whole podcast to break that down, but it's pretty. It was nice to read.
It's funny. I never got tattoos because being an artist, I always like would create something, and then the moment I was done creating it, I just started picking it apart. Like I would draw something and spend like multiple days on it or whatever, and then right when I would like finish, I'd be like, "Oh, that line's off. That shit's flat. That shading isn't right there. Like the highlights is off. Like, you know." And you just start criticizing it. And I knew for a fact that if I ever got a tattoo, instantly it would be done. I would just look at it and I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't like it. The line consistency is not there. Like, you know, whatever." And you just start breaking it down. And so personally, that's why I never ended up with one. And then after a while, I was like, it's not really my thing.
If my kids ever get a tattoo or like piercings or do any fucking stupid shit,
they're going to.
I'm going to get a tattoo of their fucking mom on my forearm with her big old titties hanging out. Just on my black and white, huge. And you know what I may even do? I may have her sitting on me.
Oh my gosh.
Is not like in cowboy position. You know what I mean? And I'm naked with my hands like that, like with a fucking Dejarm or a fucking American Spirit hanging out of my mouth. Just her big old fucking floppy dogs just hanging there. And see having her long hair, red hair. And the whole thing will be black and white except my wife's crazy fucking mane.
Hey, that's kind of a dope tattoo.
It is, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be smiling. I'll be like this. And that's the fuck you to my kids. Hey, I fuck your mom. Go ahead. Get another piercing. I dare you. I got another forearm. It's going to be you and it's going to be one of your girlfriends.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
Fucking knuckleheads.
The debates and things that are going to go down as they like get into their like teenage years are just going to be
God damn it. I hope Avi gets a tat.
Hey, is there like a limit on the size of the tattoo? Like, what if they got something small and then you're just like, okay, that's it. Boom. Just the whole piece.
I'm going to get like a tongue tat. I swear, like if my kids are going to get tats, they better fucking be Post Malone. I'm fucking telling you, no jacket. Like winning the Olympics isn't enough. You're not getting the Olympic rings, you douche. You're going to fucking have to choke out one of the Rottola brothers if you're going to fucking get a BJJ, Garth Taylor fucking tattoo. Fuck. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry. There are some CrossFitters. So when I started seeing some CrossFitters, like in the early 2000s, like 2008, 9, some of these guys getting tattoos, because it wasn't like that in California. You didn't get a tattoo unless you were a bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Or bad, at least in where I grew up. You had to be like Hell's Angel shit.
This is a little off subject, but I remember when I really wanted a pager. Remember the pagers?
Yeah, I had a pager.
I really wanted a pager. I think I was in like maybe the 8th grade, 7th grade, and a couple of the other kids I knew had pagers. And my mom was like, I distinctly remember, and I still bring it up. She goes, "Pagers and cell phones are for 2 types of people: doctors and drug dealers."
Yeah, Mom. I want to be a drug
school.
dealer. Yeah. Oh God, I wanted to be a drug dealer. I dabbled. I tried.
You sold a couple dime bags.
Chris Spieler as a Trump. You are a fucking mind reader, Sean M.
Oh.
Sevan, are you planning any more challenges? What do you mean? Christian Fazon. That's a cool shirt.
Your workouts.
Oh, yeah. So I've been gone for 2 weeks, and now I'm back. And there is a Miss Kerstetter did say that there was a rogue workout number 3. I looked at it; it scared the shit out of me. But I think I am in the next week or 2 here going to give it a whirl. So they bought the Hells Angels, now evident by the number of tattoos in CF gyms. Yeah, totally right. God, there's some fucking horrible tattoos in our community. Like all of them. So don't transition your kids. Don't react to your kids. If you have kids, just be chill. Tranquilo. Be chill. Try not to respond. Really, you shouldn't be responding. For every 5 conscious thoughts you have, maybe you should respond to 1. That's like a good place to start. To tell you, this is going to be a hard one for people to swallow, but the vast majority of people aren't even aware of their thoughts. 0 of them. They think they are their thoughts. They can't distinguish the difference between
the monkey brain in themselves.
I used to not be able to. It was crazy. It's crazy Since 2017, there have been 396 cases of polio caused by the wild virus. By that, I mean, since 2017, there have been 396 cases of polio where they don't know where they came from. They just fucking spontaneously combusted. It was the real polio. Versus the 2,600 cases of polio since 2017 that have been linked to the oral vaccine. What a fascinating word, linked. According to the figures from the World Health Organization and its partners. I want you guys to think about what I just shared with you. Think about what I just shared with you. 396 cases versus 2,600 cases. The name of the book is called Dissolving Illusions for anyone who wants to is thinking about having kids and wants to know whether it's a good idea to do vaccines or not. You have to just remember, really, 90% of it's just peer pressure from the fucking idiots in the crowd. But you can do the research yourself, and you can make up your own decision for what you want. With some of the things to start asking, I'll give you an example of a question you might want to ask yourself when they're like, hey, I want to give my kid, you should give your kid the measles vaccine. Measles kills a lot of kids. Then you should just go online and type in how many kids have died from measles in the last 50 years and look at that. And then ask yourself how many people have died from the measles vaccine in the last 50 years, and just start digging in just basically like that. And use all of the liberal pharma resources, the people who are the most biased, who would want you to take them. Use those resources. That's what I do. Because that way, if I can see, oh shit, even they're telling you it's fucked up. Because that's the thing with COVID. They were never hiding it. Now there's this huge thing from the right. Oh, they were hiding it, or they lied. They were never hiding it. We always knew. They always said that, hey, we're not sure if the vaccine's going to work. We're not sure if the vaccine will stop COVID. We're not sure if it causes the transmission. We always knew it was just fatties and who smoked fucking vape pens were dying. There was no hiding it. No one was hiding it. That's almost dumb that the right keeps saying that. No one's hiding it. You just know, if you just have a really simple fucking idiot brain like me, you can just be like, hey, on TikTok today, I saw someone cross the street and get hit by a bicyclist. So when you see that, for every 300 fucking of the smartest people in the world that cross the street, one of them gets hit by a bike. It just fucking happens. Have you guys seen that one that's fucking gone totally viral now? It's like a bike race and a lady crosses in front of the biker and it hits her and she gets fucking, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay. So that means, let's say for every 300 people who crosses the street, one of them gets hit by a bike. You pick the number. Maybe it's every 3,000. I don't care what you pick. Pick the number. So if you're going to do 7 billion injections around the world, and for every 100,000 injections, artery is poked and someone dies, then you know that those 7 billion injections that are benign or good for you, divide 100,000 into 7 billion. Someone can do that in the comments. 100,000 into 7 billion. Move your O's around. That many people are going to die on accident.
Oh, sorry. I found the lady in the bike race.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right? Sevan, they were kicking people off of Twitter and Facebook and Instagram for saying things. I know. I lost my blue checkmark account for that. I'm not like, hey, you should transition your kids, cut your kids. 4-year-olds should have the right to cut their penises off. I get it. Kick me off for that. I don't think that's cool. Those people get to stay, but I fucking have to go because I just want to do some fucking math. Bill Gates was kicked out of India for the new polio vaccine. Is that true? That's kind of cool if it's true. Okay, will you show us the video of the girl getting smooshed?
I hope I hope it's the same exact one you're talking about, but this one actually seemed a little bit older.
This is it. First the man crosses and then the woman crosses.
He goes
there
nonchalantly.
He goes. Now what the fuck is she looking at?
Boom!
Oh!
She's looking past him. She's looking past him.
Oh. Hola.
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 Yeah, he goes.
Hola.
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 ¿Cómo estás?
Oh. That's tough. That's tough. What's up? Talk to me. Okay, fine. Don't talk to me. Do what you want to do.
Hello?
She hung up again. Okay, number 153. Are we still going, or is the show over?
We're at 145. You want to do one more?
She got trucked. She got something. I think you spelled fucked wrong.
Who's going to not kick us off the platform here?
Explain to me why. Do you see this one? It's not even numbered. It says explain to me why American men and women have to deal with this at their workplace. Mm-hmm. Imagine if that was your son or daughter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think this might be cops having to deal with some crazy shit. Okay, look. So this is at the border. This is nuts. So this is Myra Flores's Instagram account. She was born in Mexico. She worked in the fields in the United States. She ran for Congress. She won. Then CNN said she's not a real Mexican. What? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fucking crazy? That means being Mexican has nothing to do with where you're born. Anyway, go. Hence why I'm CEO of CrossFit, because it doesn't matter. Okay, so here's a cop. He's got a coyote down, and you'll look over here and there's shit. Look at all those people wanting to cross the border. I think we're looking into the Mexico side. I think we're on the U.S. side, and it's a cop having to fight one of the coyotes. Now, if that cop just pulls out his gun and shoots that guy, I'm cool with that. Look at all those people watching from the Mexican side. Mm-hmm. Why don't they get to shoot him? Their lives are being threatened. They have guns on them. They could fall down in that sand and that guy could take their gun and hurt them. Why can't they shoot that guy? Why is it okay for us to ask cops to go out there and put their lives out on the line? Fathers, sons, mothers, daughters, nephews, nieces, and all our fucking people we love. And you have to fucking deal with a psycho like that? I fucking don't get it. I really, 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 really don't get it. What if he falls down and they grab his gun?
Yeah, that's intense.
Hey, if I was there, I would feel like my life was threatened.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy too, because a lot of people have opinions on stuff like that, but they've like never had to like deal with any sort of violent situation out on the street. You know what I mean? And unless you've dealt with certain situations or been around certain situations like that, and how fast they escalate and how quickly you have to make decisions, it's really tough to cast judgment on people that are actually in that scenario while we're just chilling on our couch looking at it on our phone or on TV screen or something.
What if I were to propose the case to you that cop should be fired because he didn't shoot him? And he put all those people in the surrounding area and those other cops in danger, because if he would have fallen down and gotten the cop's gun, he could have hurt. I mean,
yeah, you could definitely run that scenario. I don't know if like shooting him in that case would have been the right answer, but for sure, like tasering him or something like that.
Something really, really effective needed to be done to him to end that.
Yeah,
like right away.
Like he was an aggressor of the situation, and he obviously wasn't going to go down when he got hit with a freaking stick.
Listen, you don't have to have a gun. Everyone listen to this. You don't have to have a gun to be a threat to a cop. The cops have guns that are a threat to themselves and to you. The second you do something that fucks with them, I think that you should expect to be shot. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying that you have chosen to fuck with someone who has to run the immediate scenario that you might take their gun and shoot them, that you may shoot innocent bystanders. If I'm walking by that scene with my 3 plain brothers and my hot-ass wife
tatted on the arm,
I'm pissed that the cop didn't fucking shoot him. Sorry.
It also
make it Donald Trump. They could shoot. Make it Donald Trump, or Joe Biden, or Olivia Newton-John. No, sorry, she died. Or Tom Cruise, one of my favorites. If he's acting like that, and I'm walking by with the kids, cops got to put him down.
It also shows the like luxury and privilege we have here in the U.S. Like, go fuck around like that in Russia.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
Getting shot.
I'm not saying,
or any other country for that matter.
I'm not. Yes, totally correct, Sevan. I agree. I'm not saying what I'm saying is right. I'm saying it makes complete fucking sense. It's completely logical. It's just like anal sex will always lead as the safest form of birth control. Probably 100% right. I don't agree with it. I'm not saying it's right, but it's true. It's like that. Not one of my best examples.
It worked.
I just can't stand. Why does it take me an hour and 51 minutes to get into my groove?
I don't know.
I was kind of scared to do today's show.
Really?
Yeah, because I was running late. See, what happened was I had too many people at my house today. I'm really, I wonder how many of you are like this. I'm really, really, really in my, I'm like really, I'll use the word selfish. I don't think that's the right word, but I'll use the word selfish. So if you come over to my house, let's say you were visiting and you came over to my house and you showed up at 3, but I wanted to work out at 3:30. I would just tell you, hey, I'm going to work out. And I just go do it. I don't care who you are, my mom, my dad. I only have 5 minutes left with you. I don't care if you're visiting from another country. You're only going to be there an hour. Like I do my shit. That's just what I do. I'm not interested in like, and then you could jump in and work out with me, but I have to do this because at 7 o'clock I have a podcast and I have to do it. And today there were so many pressures on me that I was having trouble staying. Do you know what I mean? I was having trouble being that selfish. And at like 6:10, the podcast is at 7, and at 6:10, I knew shit was gone wrong. I knew it. I could see 50 minutes down the pipe. I was like, uh-oh. This isn't like the two.
It went off the rails.
And I owe it to all the people who are here on the side, and I owe it to you, and I owe it to all the people who've invested time, the brand setters, the Caleb Beavers, Caleb. Hey, I should start calling him Caleb. You know what? That works with where he's at right now with his job, right?
I know. Like
Caleb.
I thought it was funny.
With a K. He's no longer Caleb. He's Caleb.
Caleb Beaver.
Hey, I just started sweating just now too. That means like I'm warmed up and ready to go. Should we hit another hour and a half? People are dangerous and they can people are dangerous and they can harm officers and others in a big way without weapons. However, in this case, shooting would be too aggressive, I think, but less lethal should be used. Okay, what? Like, tell me what? Like, I mean,
Bear
I
mace.
feel like that's just like I feel like
Should
that's
just
the
bear mace
conversation
them.
I just had with like someone like in 7-Eleven in line behind me just to get past the conversation. I hear, and I'm not trying to be mean as, but yeah, go fuck around like that in Mexico, right?
Right, exactly.
And that's what's cool that makes our country, you know, cool. You don't get blasted for being a douche, but
No, but it sucks that people abuse it all the time, and it puts other people in danger.
as soon as the cops are there, just stop. Just be like one of those lizards that rolls over on its stomach and just bleh.
You're never going to win the war on the street. It's always done in the court, and it's like that for a reason. So, like, whatever the situation is, try to fight it there. You have a better chance of winning.
Dear America. No, sorry. Dear planet Earth. When a police officer pulls you over, turn off your car, put your keys on your dashboard, and put your hands on the steering wheel and turn on your dome light. And look at the officer and say, "Good evening, officer." That's it. That's all you have to do. They're just doing their job. Meet them halfway. Do your part as a citizen. They're doing a job that we're supposed to also participate in. They're there to protect us. He doesn't need to be nice to you. He doesn't need to be polite to you. I've met a million assholes who are cops. But just do that. Every good mom and dad tells their kid to do that. Not because you're black. Not because you're Mexican. Not because you're a Jew boy. But because it's the right thing to do. Holy shit. In 11 years, you've never once had someone react to a stop like that? That's fucking nuts. No one ever even told me that, and I knew to do that. Sevan, do you have contraband in your car? I remember one time a cop said to me, "I'm fucking barefoot. I'm fucking high as a kite. Officer, I don't know what contraband is." He goes, "You know, like weed?" I'm like, "No, I don't." He goes, "Registration, please." And I fucking open, it's nighttime, and I open the glove box, and there's my glove box just full of shit, full of shit. And there's a fucking steel pipe in there, like one of those steel ones, packed with the greenest bowl. And it's all the hairs are like, "Look at me." And he points his flashlight in there. And he doesn't say nothing. I don't know if he didn't see it or he was just thought I was cool because I put my hands there, but and I dug through and
oh man. I mean, yeah.
Hey, and you know what? If it doesn't work for you, that what I just said, like I don't know what you want like the outcome you want for the police officer is should be from worst to best. You don't want to get shot. You don't want to get more tickets than you deserve. You want to have a healthy interaction with one of our civil servants, I guess what they are, and then ideally you get out of the ticket. There's some like hierarchy of I don't know what it is, but but the guy has a gun and he's there to get bad guys, and you know where you fall when he pulls over on the spectrum. Act accordingly.
Some of the only times when I was younger that we actually got off on stuff was when we were just like bluntly honest.
Yeah.
To pull you over. Do you guys have weed in the car? Yeah, it's right here in the glove box. We just like got it from a little bit ago. We haven't smoked it yet, but we know the whole entire car reeks, and we're guessing you pulled us over because he has a back right brake light out that he should have gotten done forever. And actually had a fix-it ticket from another officer right here from it. And life sucks right now. And they're just like, all right, hang tight, guys. That was a true story. One time he comes over and he goes, "All right, let me see the weed." And everybody hands it over. There's like 6 of us all sit in the car, and he goes, dumps it out, stomps it, goes over, he goes, "Get this fixed. I'm going to be around this area for a while, and I know you guys live over here. Don't screw around. Have a good day." Leave.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
I've had a bunch of those. A friend of mine who's a cop pulled a guy over the other day for the guy ran a stop sign, and I think it was my buddy told me this. Someone locally told me this, and or someone used it. Maybe one of my friends used it on a cop. Anyway, he got pulled over, and the cop said, "Hey, you ran that stop sign back there." And it was my buddy. I told the story in the podcast. It's one of the parents. It's one of the parents with the cool kids at Jiu Jitsu too. And he goes to the cop. He goes, "Officer, that sign identified as a yield sign." And the fucking cop goes, "Okay. It's not. It's a stop sign. Go on." And I think he may have said that's the best excuse he's ever heard or something, and let him go.
Well, that's my truth.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Alex Stein tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. He had the interaction with Dave Portnoy, sending him to superstardom. He had the interaction with Alexander Ocasio-Cortez.
AOC.
Yep. And he's just fucking killing it. He'll be on the show tomorrow. He just posted something funny on Twitter where it shows a bunch of people like saluting a Coke bottle. So it'll be fun. He's never short on
never
topics to talk about. I actually won't prepare for that show.
I don't think you need to. I think you just gotta just follow it, right? Get him going on the Dave Portnoy stuff, and there's 30 minutes, and he'll just go and then ask about the AOC thing. And
I hope he streams it to his. I hope he streams it to his YouTube account simultaneously.
Me too, because then we know that he's not in his car.
I was just thinking so we could peel off some of his YouTube followers. That's the thing with Hiller. If Hiller's going to get juiced up and he's going to document it, he's going to put on 1 million followers.
You think so?
Yes, he's going to put on 1 million subscribers, and we're going to peel off a fucking 10% of those.
Perfect.
God bless Hiller. Thank you, thank you, Andrew Hiller.
Thank you, Hiller.
Thank you. Again, let's just say a few thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Mr. Hiller.
Oh man.
Okay. See you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. Everyone, thank you. Sean Sullivan, Nico D, Jim Lubanoski, Gusty Garland, House of Justice doing the Lord's work. Always good to have one of you guys in there. As Sean Sullivan, Javier Acosta, Sean Sullivan, Jeremy Eat World. Okay. Matthew R, Sean M, Chase Bryan, Tommy Marquez, Gravitron 30.